What is up, guys? It is PDS. Today I'll be showing you some hero combos with the addition of DP and Denier. We have a lot of new tools at our disposal, so without further ado, let's just get started. So the first combo is going to be with Fusion Destiny. Obviously, it was just semi-limited in the Master Duel ban list. It is an insanely powerful card. Oh, and I'm using TCG just because it's a little bit easier for me to move all my cards, and I don't have to manipulate my hand than Master Duel or Yugioh Pro. So yeah, so Fusion Destiny. We're going to send a Malicious and Denier. So if you guys don't know what Denier does, basically when it's in the graveyard, if you control a Destiny hero, either on the field or in the graveyard, you can just summon him for free in the graveyard. And then when he's summoned, you can target one Destiny hero in your deck, in your graveyard, or that's banished, and then put it onto the top of your deck. So really, really nice card, especially for abusing Malicious. So definitely he is a great addition to the hero deck. So yeah. Then from there, we're going to obviously summon out our Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer, the brand new boss monster. Rye just released a video on how to counter this guy. If you guys aren't too familiar with why he's so insanely powerful, you should definitely check that out. Obviously, this card is great in heroes, but other decks get to use it a lot better, in my opinion, just because they have heroes, you know, is a little bit, I don't want to say lackluster, but it doesn't have the same tools that every deck has. They're just extremely restricted in terms of like having access to negation and things of that nature. Whereas other decks, you know, like Drytron, they can play their whole deck and then also have Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. So it's something to that effect. So yeah, so we're going to use Malicious here. And then we're going to special out another copy of Malicious. Then because we have a Destiny hero on the field, we're going to use Denier in the graveyard to bring himself onto the field. And then we're going to activate his effect on the field to put Malicious back onto the top of the deck. So then from here, we're going to link these two off into a Cross Crusader. Cross Crusader is going to target either of them to bring it back onto the field. And we're going to use Cross Crusader, tributing it off to search a copy of Elemental Hero Stratos. Then we are going to normal summon Stratos, activate the effect to get ourselves a copy of the Destiny Hero Plasma to our hand. So then, because we put Malicious back onto the top of a deck with Denier, we get to use it again. So it's like having it at 3. So Denier is going to banish itself. I'm sorry, Malicious is going to banish itself, specialing out Malicious. Then we contribute off these 3 for our Destiny Hero Plasma. So with this field, we have Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer to stop anything that would try to destroy Plasma in battle. You know, like normally decks, they'll normal summon like a Fractal or something. They're going to try to run into your Plasma because Plasma negates everything. In the past, I would advise hero players really not to play Plasma because it's kind of all in and there's not really a way to protect it. But now with Destroy Phoenix Enforcer, not only can you destroy something that would try to kill it in battle, you're also reducing all their monsters by, with 4 hero monsters in the graveyard, you're reducing it by 800. So you know, obviously they're not going to normal summon anything that's like insanely powerful that's also getting reduced by 800, especially when all of their cards are getting negated. So this field is only out for 1 Fusion Destiny, so I think it's pretty strong. You definitely want to know this combo because Plasma is insanely strong turn 1. And then of course if they have something like Lightning Storm, so you're going to lose your Plasma, right? But because you summon the Phoenix Enforcer in defense mode, you get to keep that interaction. And then obviously the big thing here is going to be Nibiru. But luckily, you know, if they Nibiru you, you're going to activate Destroy Phoenix Enforcer as a chain. You're going to destroy your Plasma and your Phoenix Enforcer. So Nibiru stays in their hand because they have nothing to tribute. But luckily you didn't end up using all your cards for this. So you still have a lot of ways to interact with them. You're going to use your Destroy Phoenix Enforcer's effect in the graveyard to bring himself back in the standby phase. And then you're chilling. So yeah, that's the combo. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so for this next combo, we're going to have Ferris with any other name. So if you have Malicious or Shadow Mist, the combo changes a little bit, but for the sake of this example, we're just going to use another Ferris. So Ferris, discard Ferris, special summon, activate Ferris. We're going to get ourselves our Increase. Increase will tribute Ferris, specialing out Increase. Increase will special summon Vyon from the deck. Vyon will send a copy of Malicious. Then we will use Vyon's effect, banishing a Ferris, to get ourselves our Polymerization. Then we will use our 2 Vision Heroes to bring out a Cross Crusader. Cross Crusader will special back the malicious, tribute off the malicious, get ourselves a copy of Elemental Hero Stratos, normal summon Stratos, activate the effect to search. We're going to get ourselves a denier. Then we are going to link these two off for our extra hero Wonder Driver. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's a Wonder Driver. So then we are going to activate Malicious here to special out our Malicious. Then we are going to activate Polymerization, fusing these two, Mali and the Denier. Get ourselves a Phoenix Enforcer. Then Wonder Driver will activate to get ourselves the Polymerization back. Then we're going to use Denier because we have Malicious and DP on the field, so either or doesn't matter. Then Denier will use its effect to put Malicious back onto the top of the deck from the Banish Zone. Then we are going to use Polymerization to fuse off our Wonder Driver and our Denier for a Sunrise. So then Sunrise effect will activate, giving us a Miracle Fusion. So with this combo, we have Malicious back into the deck. Our deck is shuffled, so it's not going to be in the top anymore. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 heroes in the graveyard. So Destiny Hero Destroy Phoenix Enforcer is going to reduce all their monsters by 1600. We have our Sunrise boosting both of these by 400. And then obviously we have Miracle Fusion as well. If we're going second, obviously this Phoenix Enforcer would be an attack, and we could Miracle Fusion and try to push for game with Elemental Hero Escuardiao, because we do have access to it. Also, you could go for the Elemental Hero The Shining if you play that as well. And then of course, if you're going first, you're going to want to put Phoenix Enforcer in defense mode just to play around Lightning Storm, cards like that. So yeah, that is the combo with just Ferris and any other random hero name. Okay guys, so this combo is just with the Hero Lives. So one card combo here. So we're going to activate a Hero Lives, and we are going to special out our Stratos. Stratos effect is going to get us a copy of Vision Hero Vyon. Vyon effect, you guys already know, we're going to send Shadow Mist. Shadow Mist is going to get us a Liquid Soldier. Next we're going to banish for Vyon, get ourselves a copy of Polymerization. Then we are going to activate Poly, using our Stratos and our Liquid Soldier. The reason for this is if you have Mass Change, or if you have to draw into Mass Change, having access to the Dark Hero monster is pretty important. So just keep that in mind. Then we are going for our Sunrise. So obviously Chainlink 1, Liquid, Chainlink 2, Sunrise. So we are going to add Miracle, and then we get to draw 2 cards. And then we're going to discard one of them. Doesn't matter what it is. This is just as an example. So then from here, you're going to have a lot of decisions, because you only use your Hero Lives. So you got these 2 cards for free. You're going to have 4 extra cards to work with. So depending on where you're at, with what other cards you have to work with, that'll kind of influence this combo a little bit more. But just for the sake of this, let's say we have nothing else and we have like all hand traps or something. So you're going to actually link off your Sunrise. I know it sounds kind of weird, but, a Sunrise and a Vyon isn't that good. Let's just be honest here. So we're going to make Verte Anaconda with these 2, because we're not locked to anything, because we didn't use Ferris or Cross Crusader. So then from here, you have a decision to make. So you can use the Miracle Fusion here to go for an absolute 0, of course. But I think it's a little greedy, because you want to save that Liquid draw for the next turn. And also, if you're going to use Verte to send Fusion Destiny, you're going to have a Malicious and Denier follow-up. So your next turn is going to be absolutely insane. So you just keep that in mind if you're going to go for a absolute 0. So we're going to use Verte Pay 2k. We're going to send our copies of Denier and Malicious, obviously off of the Fusion Destiny. And then we are going to summon out the Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. And then from there, we're actually just kind of chilling. So on the following turn, we're going to have access to our Liquid draws because we didn't use Miracle Fusion. And then we're also going to have access to a Malicious summon. And then we're also going to have access to Denier to put the Malicious back. And then we can summon Malicious again. So, you're going to have your whole Cross Crusader combos next turn. You have your DP protecting. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 7. No, you have 6 heroes in the graveyard. Maybe you discarded one off of the Liquid. Who knows? But Yeah, so this is also you're gonna have 4 other cards in your hand. So that's just off of a hero lives. Um, so yeah, and since Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer is gonna be our 5th summon, we can go ahead and go into the end phase. So at this point is when they will try to Nibiru you. You can go ahead and chain DPE to pop Verte in itself. And then another thing you can do is to play around Super Polymerization in the end phase. So you want to make sure you're in the end phase, because if they chain Nibiru to your DPE during the main phase, you're going to be pretty mad about that, right? So make sure you're in the end phase. Go ahead and use your DPE to pop itself and Verte. That's just if you want to play around Super Poly, though. And if you're going to go in for Absolute Zero, just keep in mind that Absolute Zero is going to be your 5th summon. So if they Nibiru you on your Verte Absolute Zero board, you're going to be in a pretty bad spot there. Alright, so this next combo is just with Vyon. If you guys watch my other hero guide, you're going to see I have a lot of Vyon Sunrise combos. This one's pretty damn simple, but you might not see this line because you're not used to playing with Verte, because you're usually locked under hero monsters, right? So we're going to normal summon Vyon, send Malicious, then we're going to use Malicious to special out Malicious, then we're going to go into Cross Crusade. No, you see, this is where you don't do the same thing, so we're just going to literally make Verte effects, sending our Plasma and our Denier, and then from there we have our DPE. So that's it. That's the whole combo. But obviously access to DP is insane, right? So the Sunriser combos are still nice, but it really depends on your hand. Like if all you have to work with is Vyon, I'd say this is the best route you can take. If you have Vyon plus a hero monster, then that's when you can start saying like, okay, well now maybe I can go for that Sun. It's kind of similar to that last play I just showed you with the hero lives. But yeah, this combo is just exclusively for a DPE, and you're definitely playing under Nibiru. And something else I wanted to point out is, let's say I ended up negating your Vyon with like Ash or Imperm or Veiler or whatever. You can actually just go ahead, if you have Ferris in your hand, use its effect, sending any hero, summoning Ferris, and then don't use Ferris's effect to put increase on the field, because if you use its effect, you can't use anything other than hero monsters. But if you don't end up using its effect, it's just a free body to go into Verte. So just keep that in mind, guys. Also, if you have Mass Change, what you can do is, you can do Destroy Phoenix Enforcer effect, like pop their normal summon, chain, Mass Change. So this is how the chain would resolve, right? You send your Phoenix Enforcer, you bring out your Dark Law, then your Destroy Phoenix Enforcer resolves. So you pop your Mass Change and then their normal summon. So you don't have to, or if you want to, you can pop the Verte. But if you want to keep Verte, you can pop the Mass Change, because it's still on the field, because the cards don't go to the graveyard until the chain link has resolved. So yeah, let's move on to the next combo. Alright, so this is going to be a variant of one of the other combos I showed before. So this is going to be Ferris plus Malicious or Shadow Mist. Either or works, or even Stratos works, but you have to normal summon him, obviously. So alright, so we're going to use Ferris, discard Malicious. We're going to use Ferris effect, get ourselves our increase. Then we are going to activate increase, tributing off Ferris, special summoning out the increase. Use his effects, get ourselves our Vyon. Vyon will send our other combo piece, which is the Shadow Mist, get our Liquid. And from here it's going to be the same line. You're going to banish the Ferris. If you're playing Bane, you'd probably want to banish Shadow Mist, get the Polymerization. I'm going to link these off into the Cross Crusader. Then we use Cross Crusader's effect, specialing out the Mali, tribute off Mali, get ourselves our Stratos, normal summon Stratos, activate effect, get ourselves our Destiny Hero Denier. Then we're going to link these off into a Sunrise. We're going to link these off into a Wonder Driver. Then we are going to use Malicious effect, get ourselves another copy of Malicious onto the field. Then we are going to activate Polymerization to fuse Mali and Denier, get our DPE, use Wonder Driver to reset the Poly, and then from here we can actually keep our Wonder Driver and we're going to get some draws. So we're going to use Denier's effect to special itself onto the field, then his effect on field, put Mali to the top of your deck. Then we're going to use Polymerization. We're going to fuse for our Sunrise. So then we're going to have Chainlink 1, Liquid, Chainlink 2, Sunrise. So Sunrise is going to get us our Miracle, And then Liquid Soldier is going to draw our cards. So, you know, we're going to draw 2, discard 1. So now we have Wonder Driver, Phoenix Enforcer, Sunrise, Miracle, extra card. We have our Malicious back into the deck. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 heroes in the graveyard. So all of their monsters are reduced by 1600. This is a little variant from the other combo. It's almost the same thing, just you have a little bit more resources. And so also what you can do with this is you can use Malicious here. Then you can link these off into a Dread Decimator if you want some extra beef. If you're going second, also, you know, you can push for a lot of damage like this. Also, you're gonna have your if you don't want to do that and you have this kind of field, right, you could also do like Miracle Fusion here, right, and then Miracle is going to get us Absolute Zero. So just for this example, right, when you use Destroy Phoenix Enforcer with Wonder Driver, right, DP is going to destroy himself and then one of their cards. And assuming, you know, this is kind of bold, right, if Wonder Driver lives, right, on your next standby phase, he comes back, and then Wonder Driver will trigger to get you back your Miracle. So then you have even more tools to push. I'm a big advocate of saving your Miracle Fusion and not using Absolute Zero the same turn you fuse for it to make Sunrise, but whatever suits your playstyle, guys, that's how you play. So that's just, I'm just showing you a little bit more lines. Alright, so let's move on to another combo. Alright, so this is the variant of like the same 2 cards combo. So Ferris, discard Mally. Ferris effect. Give ourselves an increase. Ferris tribute increase. Activate increase. Vyon effect. Send the Shadow Mist. Shadow Mist is going to get us our Stratos. Then we're going to banish. Get the Poly. Link these 2 off. Cross Crusader. Cross Crusader effect. Bring back the Mally. Tribute it off. Get ourselves a Destiny Hero Denier. We're going to normal summon Shadows, activate effect. Here we're going to get ourselves a Plasma. Then we're going to banish Malicious. Special out a Malicious. We're going to Polymerization here, using these 2 off. Give ourselves a DPE. Then from here, we are going to activate, or we're going to link these off for a Wonder Driver. We're going to use, and then we're going to use the Denier's effect. So it's going to be Chainlink 1 Wonder Driver, Chainlink 2 Denier. So Denier is going to put the Mally back to the top. Polymerization back onto the field. So then we can go ahead and activate our Malicious again in the graveyard. Give ourselves a Malicious on the field. Okay, so then from here, you can tribute off these 3 for the Plasma. So you got your Fusion back, and then you have Plasma DP, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you're reducing everything by 1600. Okay, so for this next combo, it's nothing new. Just wanted to put it in the video in case, you know, people didn't watch my other video, and obviously this is a pretty important combo, especially if you want Dark Law on the first turn. So, yeah, obviously this is the Fusion Destiny combo with Dark Law. So we're gonna activate Fusion Destiny, sending Malicious and our Shadow Mist. It's really important to not use Shadow Mist effect. So then we're gonna actually summon out our Destiny Hero Dangerous, which you don't summon off too often, but yeah. So then we're gonna use our Malicious here to special out a Malicious, surprisingly enough. And then from there we are going to use these 2 Get ourselves a Cross Crusader effect. Bring back the Dangerous. Use his effect. Get ourselves a copy of Liquid Soldier. And then we're going to normal Liquid, activate the effect. Specialing out the Shadow Mist. And then Shadow Mist is going to search us the Mass Change. So this is the classic Destiny hero combo for your Mass Change. So you can also go into Acid on their turn. So yeah, this is just in case you want the Mass Change. Honestly, Destroy Phoenix Enforcer is really strong for the grind games, but Dark Legends takes care of business sometimes. But let's move on to the next one. This is another variation of that 2-card combo I showed earlier, but this one gets you Mass Change. So you're going to want to discard Malicious for Ferris. Then you're going to use Ferris, of course, to get your Increase onto the field. And then from there, you're going to want to use Increase's effect, tributing off Ferris. Then you're going to use Increase to send your Vyon. Then Vyon is going to send Shadow Mist, and you're not going to use the effect. So if you ended up discarding Shadow Mist initially, you don't want to use its effect. Then we're going to banish Ferris for Polymerization. Then we're going to link these two off for a Cross Crusader. Cross Crusader effect is going to bring back that Malicious. Malicious is going to get tributed for our Liquid Soldier. Then we're going to normal Liquid, activate its effect, special summon Shadow Mist. Shadow Mist's effect is going to get us our Mass Change. So this is kind of very similar to that Fusion Destiny combo, but you can only do this if you open Ferris plus Shadow Mist or Malicious. And unlike the other combos, Shadows cannot be a substitute because you need your normal summon for Liquid. And then, from here, you have a bit of options. You can honestly, set Mass Change here and pass if you're fine with Liquid and Shadow Mist being on the field like this. What you can also do is link these two off for a Wonder Driver. Then you can activate Malicious, summoning a Malicious. Then you can activate Mass Change, sending your Malicious. And you can make your Dark Law here. And then your Wonder Driver will trigger, resetting the Mass Change. So you're going to have double Dark Law, and you're going to get a Search next turn. But if you don't want that, we have our original field of the Cross Crusader, the Liquid. And then you can just have this for follow-up, like I said. You have options for Liquid, so it depends on the matchup, really. And obviously in ranked you're not going to know, but that's just going to be a judgment call. I'm more comfortable with double Dark Law, to be honest, but you might be more comfortable with having access to Liquid. Just keep in mind that a lot of the times you can have this set up like this, but what they can do is they'll go into the battle phase and they'll just force out your Mass Change by attacking anything here. So that's why I feel like double Dark Law is better, but obviously there's going to be games where they set 5 back row and you're like, oh man, I really wanted Liquid. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And then obviously you're going to have a Polymerization for the next turn. You can even do stuff this turn, but I wouldn't really advise you to do that because you're not really going to make use of your Liquid Soldier or any other additional effects because, when Shadow Mist goes to the graveyard, you get a Search. When Liquid goes to the graveyard, you're supposed to draw 2. But you can do stuff next turn because you're going to have your Wonder Driver and different attributes, right? So you can still do Sunrise, get Miracle, and then you can fuse off the Liquid in the graveyard, of course. So yeah, that's going to be it for the updated combo video. If you guys haven't seen my first one, there's a lot of combos in there. Just keep in mind that, especially a lot of the Sunrise combos that I show, they're going to be a bit outdated because of the addition of DPE. But I just wanted to show you guys some cool other combos for the deck. And with that being said, I'm just going to show you guys quickly some tips while you're playing this deck with DPE. So obviously, your DPE is going to be a lot stronger than their DPE because yours is going to be reducing their monsters by a bajillion life points. But Destroy Phoenix Enforcer does not have the claws like other hero monsters. So if you look at like Sunrise, it says must be fusion summoned, so you can't special summon it in any other ways. But because it's a Destiny hero, a lot of the Destiny heroes don't have that. So Cross Crusader can actually bring back our Phoenix Enforcer. So if they Kaiju it or Super Poly it, we can actually just bring it back. So unlike other decks where once you deal with it by non-destruction, non-battle, ours can come back. So, and we have tools like Denier as well if they end up banishing it. Um, you know, if you have a Denier and a Wonder Driver, you can put the Phoenix Enforcer back and then make it again, you know. So just keep that in mind, guys. Keep your head up, Kings. I know we have it rough as hero players, but you know, there's always going to be some new hero support coming out for us because Konami loves us. And yeah, this has been PDS. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.